Alright, so the state that I'm in isn't really under quarantine specifically, but it is under a stay-at-home order, but that just doesn't fit in a YouTube title, so hopefully you guys can forgive me. But with the help of Snoopy Dogg back there, we're going to talk about the games I'm playing during this unofficial quarantine stay-at-home order. And there's about 4 or 5 games. I might add on more as I start talking in the commentary. But either way, I've been really enjoying these games, and I wanted to share the fact that I'm playing them, because if you guys are interested in them, you guys can tell me to live stream them, because I know not all of you are only into Call of Duty, so, you know, these are the other things that aren't Call of Duty that I'm playing right now. So, let's fire up the list. But don't worry, in case you're wondering how I'm dealing with the whole Corona thing, I still have that Gatorade that I had in the previous video, so things are still looking well. Don't know where that roll of toilet paper went, though. Alright, so game number uno is Metal Gear Solid 5. Now, if I'm not looking at the webcam, it's because I have some thoughts written down here, so bear with me. Metal Gear Solid 5, as a Metal Gear game, is disappointing in some ways. It's not exactly everything I want. The lack of David Hayter voicing Snake is like #1 for me, but for the most part, it's really fun. As a video game, it's very solid. As a Metal Gear game, it could stand a lot of criticism. I recently got into Metal Gear last year, so I'm relatively new to the series, but trust me, between YouTube videos and playing through stuff like MGS3 and Peace Walker and Ground Zeroes, and I'm gonna be actually probably starting like the Solid Snake game soon. I'm gonna emulate Twin Snakes and whatever, doesn't matter. Metal Gear Solid 5 as a video game, as a stealth action game, is a lot of fucking fun. I really enjoy all of the intricate systems. I really enjoy how it feels to play. There's a certain atmosphere to it that really resonates with me personally. There's a certain level of challenge mixed with the ability to cheese it that I love. I love it a lot. It's obviously not a perfect game, but it is a very, very solid, you know, third-person action stealth game. It's also great because the last like stealth action game I played was Ghost Recon Wildlands, and if you guys have played that, you know it doesn't have the best stealth mechanics, and it isn't exactly the most polished game on the market. But this game has so much detail and so much polish to it, and while it lacks the charm of like MGS3, in my opinion, it's still like a hell of a lot of fun, and I am enjoying it. And I'm actually intrigued in the story, despite the story not feeling as intriguing as, yeah, MGS3. So story-wise, it is grabbing me. Gameplay-wise, it's very inventive. I like how many different ways you can tackle situations. Something that I really appreciate in games is a sense of freedom to make your own fun and play your own way and define your own playstyle. And whether I want to go lethal or non-lethal, I want to go like balls to the wall, it tells me to eliminate a soldier, I use a rocket launcher, or I sneak around and I capture them and send them to my base. It's great. And then base management is really fucking fun to me. I don't know why, maybe I'm just in a weird mood, but I enjoy managing Mother Base. I enjoy collecting resources and keeping up on things and my soldiers, and all of that matters. And that's weird that it matters to me, but it does. I want to level up my different facilities and get more items and get more weapons. I want to level up and get new outfits and, you know, things like that. It's a great progression system. Getting into Metal Gear Solid 5 is a little bit daunting at first because there's so much to do. There's so many different side missions. You find out that there's 51 main story missions, and then you have this whole big like inventory and people management thing on Mother Base. And it's very, very overwhelming, but in a good way, because you are very much so, in my opinion, as far as I've been playing so far, I feel rewarded for putting the time in and gathering resources and bringing high-ranking people to my base in order to unlock more things and level up my different facilities, which is like R&D, support, and things of that sort. You know, you level up R&D, you get new weapons, it feels good. I really like it. It's weird because it's a stealth action game that mostly focuses on the moment-to-moment gameplay, you know, you sneaking around soldiers, making sure you're not spotted, completing mission objectives, and then doing some optional stuff as well. But then it has this whole other like really in-depth progression and RPG like management element that I fucking adore. I'm eating it up right now. And let me know if you guys want to watch me stream it. I'm not great at stealth games either, and that's what I really want to talk about in this part of the video. I hate when people tell me that I don't like a game because I'm bad at it. I suck at Metal Gear Solid 5. I constantly get spotted. I'm always bad at taking in my surroundings, but yet every night I want to play a little bit more. There are tons of games that I enjoy playing despite not being very good at them, and I hate being critiqued for, oh, you don't like Battle Royale or whatever because you're bad at it. No, I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. Metal Gear Solid 5 And stealth games in general are not my forte. I'm not slow enough, I'm not tactical enough, and I'm not fast enough in the right areas. I'm bad under pressure, I have anticipatory anxiety, but yet, MGS5 is something that I keep coming fucking back to. So get off my fucking back about not being good at games and that's why I don't like them. Fuck off. I want some more. That's the best I can do. But most of all, I really love the over-the-top sort of anime nature to Metal Gear. It's like realistic tactical espionage, and then it's like weird Japanese action game stuff that I love, like supernatural abilities and cool conspiracies and mechs and robots and over-the-top action that I just fucking adore from the Metal Gear franchise. So I highly recommend it if you're into cool and unique video games, stealth action games, and it's gonna keep you busy for a while. Like, go on howlongtobeat.com and look how long it takes to complete everything in the game. It's a big fucking game. The next game I'm playing is Kingdom Hearts 2. I fucking love that Kingdom Hearts is on Xbox. Holy shit, it makes me so happy. I really appreciate that I can play Kingdom Hearts on an Elite controller in 4K 60 frames per second. It's fucking amazing. And Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite from the classic games. 1 has a very special place in my heart. I like that 1 feels like more of a sword fighting game with some crazy abilities, but 2 just feels like a power trip mixed with a challenge. So I'm currently playing through on Proud mode because it's a good difficulty. I don't have to try too hard, but I can't let my guard down because I will get my ass kicked, and I like that feeling. Similar to Metal Gear Solid 5, it's challenging but cheesable, and I like that because nothing is required of me to the point that if I'm not fully awake and not fully ready to try hard, I can't really enjoy it. No, it's like, don't let your guard down, don't be slow, don't be dumb, and you'll win, and I like that. Kind of want to copyright challenging but cheesable. You can fuck around with it, you can mess around with different items and abilities, you can definitely abuse certain abilities in Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't recommend doing that though, I recommend trying to challenge yourself to do better. Something I also like from Metal Gear Solid 5 is that they're two games that are relatively, I don't want to say easy, but they're very forgiving with what you're able to do in some ways and very challenging in others. One of the reasons I really like games like Metal Gear Solid 5 and Kingdom Hearts 2, even though they're very different games, there's a sense of freedom to it. It doesn't require pinpoint precision, it doesn't require, just millisecond perfect reaction time all the time, but if I don't do that, if I decide to be lazy or just goof off, the game doesn't say, you had too much fun there, that's not, nuh-uh. And Kingdom Hearts 2 is just a fucking great game from beginning to end. It has a great, complicated, messy story that's pretty easy to follow. Like, Kingdom Hearts as a series has a messy story. Kingdom Hearts 2, it's a complicated story, but it's super, super palatable. Like, it has a good beginning, middle, and end. It's a good plot. It's a mystery. If you didn't play both previous games, it's good because it comes from the perspective of your main character not exactly knowing what's going on either. And so honestly, it just feels like a good game. Like, honestly, if you guys can play Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, they are solid action RPGs. Play them on proud or critical mode for a challenge, normal for the story with a little bit of challenge, or put it on easy mode and just take in the Disney plus Square Enix nonsense. That's just amazing about Kingdom Hearts.
Who are you? Someone from the dark.
Of course, the number one thing with Kingdom Hearts is grinding, and when you're locked in your house and you can't really go anywhere, I don't go anywhere anyway, but it's nice to have a game that you get like this sort of tangible feeling of progression. More so than in Metal Gear, I know when I'm getting stronger. I know when my grinding has paid off, when I keep going back to an area and beating enemies over and over and over again for XP, and leveling up my drive forms, which are the secondary abilities that charge up. They change your form, you have different weapons, you have different clothing, and they give you different abilities, and leveling that up gives you more abilities. It's very, 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 very good. It's a very solid progression loop that I recommend to anybody looking for a solid action RPG. And like Metal Gear, it's over the top, it's crazy. And whilst not every visual aged well, you gotta remember this came out in like the PS2 era, so cut it a little bit of slack. But it still, in my opinion, ages well. Like, if you see this gameplay here, does this look like a bad old game? It's a very smooth, responsive game. This game is even loved by fighting game players, because you can sort of measure frame data, and they get like, people get really in depth with what kind of combat they like in Kingdom Hearts, and 2 is usually the most best in terms of most people's opinion. Am I gonna keep that sentence in? Sure, why not? That's a butchered the English language. But Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of those games you could slap it on normal, beat it in like maybe 25, 30 hours, or you can pop it up to proud mode and try to go for extra things, try to unlock the ultimate weapon, try to, get everything done and level up your drive forms and just fill your roster with abilities and make yourself feel like a damn god. It's so fucking satisfying. The grinding will keep you occupied, the story will keep you occupied, and the visuals and style are unique to the game, and also the properties that they pick from, and I really enjoy that. And also, it's got like the best soundtrack in my opinion. Kingdom Hearts games, I don't know if you guys will agree with me, Kingdom Hearts games have probably some of the best video game music out there. Just my personal opinion.
I see. That's why.
Alright, so next up is Star Wars Battlefront 2, because it's gotta have some of that online interaction on there, and Star Wars Battlefront 2 is a surprise. Now, is it buggy? Does it have tons of problems? Have I ragged on it in the past? Oh, sure. But I've recently found a lot of love in it. I really enjoy this game's multiplayer, I enjoy its co-op. Enough said. If you are a Star Wars fan, and you have friends that are Star Wars fans, this is a great game to hop in and goof around on. Whether you're in co-op, whether you are playing against other people online, it's fun. It's casual competitive. Best way to put it, it's casual competitive. It's not, as high octane and as sweaty as Call of Duty, but it's not really that lax, and there is a meta and there is a skill gap that needs to be learned and appreciated. If you're thinking about picking up Star Wars Battlefront 2, focus on mastering the fundamentals in co-op. Co-op allows you to level up your characters, unlock things for your weapons, level up your heroes. It's a great place to go and learn the game's mechanics and then go into online with leveled up things. So play co-op, master the fundamentals, and then just break into the multiplayer and kick ass as best you can. I'd say my favorite experience right now in Battlefront 2 is Heroes versus Villains. It was first a game mode that I was like, about, but now I'm really enjoying it. My friend and I hop in, and yeah, they can be really shitty, unbalanced matches where we lose like 30 to like 0, and we just fucking only took out 5 of them. They take out us 35 times. It's terrible, but it's fun though. There's something about it that's so satisfying, and they just really nailed it with this game mode. I really just wish the spawns were a little bit better, and that, some maps maybe got a little bit reworked, because some of the maps, there's just too much variety in like places people can be, and people can cheese a lot of shit. But at the same time, that kind of makes it fun. I don't know, it's like, it's imbalanced on purpose, and that's sort of what makes it interesting. Just when you go into it, don't take it seriously and level up your shit first. You'll have a ton of fun.
Yeah, fuck you, Vader.
What's up, Vader? So I think Luke did a push right as I did a pull. That's why he went so fucking far. I would also like to take a sad moment to say that when it comes to Doom Eternal, we're taking a break right now. I hope it's not too serious. I think we just need our space. I think I'm just into other things right now. We need to see other games. So we have different priorities. And right now, I think Doom Eternal needs to be on its own for a little bit. So it's no mystery to anybody that's watched my channel for a while that I am a fan of Kingdom Hearts. And if you guys pay attention to my live streams, I've talked about Metal Gear a good amount over the last year because I fucking love Metal Gear now. I became a fan. Hello, I'm a fan now. Star Wars Battlefront 2, I've made a couple videos on, so these are games that I've been enjoying. Here's one you didn't see fucking coming.
That's a shitty tree.
You're goddamn right I love Dark Souls 3. I've been enjoying the shit out of Dark Souls 3. This is my first Dark Souls game I've ever actually tried to play longer than 10 minutes, and I am enjoying it. I bought it on PC, and I wanted to play it before my friends knew I had it, and then my friend outed me, and he was like, oh, you have achievements. You have Steam achievements. I'm like, fuck. So then we started playing with him, and he was a good guide. He didn't tell me everything that needed to be known, but he did help me a little bit, you know, kind of point me in the right direction so I don't wander around and be an idiot. My buddy also helped me understand, you know, how the different progression systems work and tells me, well, you know, I don't know if you want to do that, but this is the last chance, or don't delete that item, you won't be able to get it again. And it's made the game more enjoyable for me. Multiple people have told me to play Dark Souls with a Wikipedia page open so that it's not an overwhelming mess. I much prefer my buddy sort of giving me sparse information here and there. Now, I would love it if he would tell me, yeah, that there's a monster about to drop on your head from the ceiling, but he doesn't do that. So I find out some things the hard way, and I also get a little bit of information from him in an easy way, and I really do enjoy it. One of my favorite things about Dark Souls is its very tangible progression. I feel weak in the beginning, I feel like I am just shit, I feel like I'm 2-ply, but then you get through like 4 areas, and you're like, oh, I don't feel like weak shit anymore, and it feels really good. One of the things I really look forward to is coming back and doing different types of builds for different types of weapons and attacks and magic and whatever, and that sounds like a lot of fun. How you build your character defines the game, and I really enjoy that. It's what I love about Kingdom Hearts 2, but this game obviously does it in a way more traditional RPG style. But I have a problem with Dark Souls, and I want to criticize it here, because this is the game that, yes, I am loving it right now. I think I'm 14 hours in, I'm level 50 something, and I am enjoying it, trust me. But my criticism of it is I can't get into it. Now, I know the lore, I watched some stuff that like explains the lore and builds the world, and that's sort of what I did with Metal Gear before buying MGS3, and so, I don't know, Metal Gear grabbed me immediately. I liked the characters and the story. Dark Souls is less about that for me. I don't really care about my character. Weirdly enough, on this list, this is the most like role-defining game I'm mentioning where you can really like customize your character, what they look like, and then what they fight like, what kind of armor are they gonna wear, what kind of playstyle they're gonna fall into, but yet I don't give a shit about them. Because the game gives me an MMO light feeling where there's like other people around, they join your world. I don't feel special. In games like Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts or Metal Gear, I feel special. In games like Kingdom Hearts and Metal Gear, I feel more attached to my characters because my characters are more defined. They have personality traits, they have their own aesthetic, they have their own voice. And when I achieve something, I don't feel like I'm like the 50th person to achieve it or that could have helped somebody else achieve it. I feel like it's more me. When characters talk to my characters in other games, they're talking to the character that I am currently in the shoes of. Whereas I sort of don't give a shit about Dark Souls 3 in terms of its world or characters, and I'm sorry to say that. Now, if I had started in Dark Souls 1 years ago, maybe I would have. But hopefully you guys can respect that the reason I'm enjoying Dark Souls 3 is because I can play with my buddies, and I started off weak, and now I'm getting strong. And each enemy's a new challenge, and each type of area sets up new challenges and surprises. It's a fun game. I wish I was into it. I wish I was like, you know, motivated and angry at the bad guys and stuff, but I just don't care. The game is very nihilistic in its tone, and I get that that's part of its aesthetic, but that's also what makes me sort of feel, But aesthetically, I do like the game. I do like exploring the world and finding fake walls and looking for items and, oh, there's an item, and then an enemy jumps out right in front of me, and suddenly I'm challenged. And while the combat, when I first started playing, I'm like, okay, swing sword, block with shield. But then I'm like, oh, you can do some interesting things. And I look forward to doing more interesting things with more different builds. And if you guys want to watch me play Dark Souls 3, let me know, because I do love the game, guys. Trust me, I'm really getting into it. I'm starting to, like, crave playing it. It's not just like, oh, okay, I'll play with my buddy. I'm craving playing it now, and that's not right. That's just not me. That's just not who I am, fam. Nope. But I can't argue with good game design, and the game is full of good game design. I just don't like the online feel of it. I like the co-op feel, you know what I mean? Like, I like my friend coming in and helping me, but I don't like the, like, this player joins and he has way better gear than I have, and he just slaps me around and I die, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes my experience better, cool. I don't know, I could go without the online elements, but I am enjoying the game as a whole. Like, I like the co-op elements, but just like the sort of MMO light feel that I get from it, I don't know, it kind of bites, but I am really enjoying it for what it is and how it is, and hopefully you guys want to watch me stream it. So, yeah. Alright kids, that was the list. Metal Gear Solid 5, Kingdom Hearts 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and Dark Souls 3. These are the games I'm enjoying right now, and if you guys want to watch me stream them, let me know down in the comment section below which games you want me to stream, or do you guys want a variety stream, where I start with one game and stream a bunch of games. So the stream is like, okay, well now I'm streaming Dark Souls, and now I'm gonna switch to Kingdom Hearts, and now I'm gonna switch to Metal Gear, and then I'm gonna switch to Battlefront, and then I'll play some Call of Duty. Do you guys want a variety stream? Do you guys want variety streams? I don't fucking know what I don't know what people want. Clearly, look at how inconsistent my channel is at times. I really don't know what people want. But if you guys could let me know, I would greatly appreciate it, and I will see you when I see you. Goodbye. May the orange Gatorade be forever in your favor. That's how we're ending the video. Couldn't be funnier than that. It's impossible to be funnier than that.